Good morning, everyone. We are live at Dragonfly Studio here in beautiful Venice, Florida. My name is Anaya, and I will be leading you in a Vinyasa yoga flow this morning. Today, I have with me Jackie and Lori to help me demonstrate the flow. Please feel free to modify however you need for your body today. I will be doing the same. So notice what your body needs and give it that. We are going to start today by lying on our backs, actually. So we get to come all the way down to our mats. No matter what class I do, I always start the same way. So make yourself comfortable. And begin by just noticing your breath without feeling the need to change anything just yet. Noticing what the breath is doing. Begin to notice physical sensations in the body. Points of contact between yourself and the surface beneath you. Where you might be holding on to tension. And if you're experiencing any pain today, and being mindful of that as we move through the sequence. Notice your thoughts without judgment, without criticism, simply awareness. And allow those thoughts to pass like shooting stars in the night sky. If it feels comfortable for you today, notice your emotions. What are you feeling? And see if you can notice where in the body the emotion arises. What does that emotion feel like in the body? And wherever you are today, physically, mentally, emotionally, always offering yourself compassion, understanding, and validation. Then we come back to the breath, finding our own steady rhythm. Inhaling, we feel the belly and the rib cage expand. And exhale, we feel everything release. We'll take a couple more breaths here. And on your next inhale, take the arms up overhead. Take a full body stretch from fingertips to toes. Make the body nice and long. On an exhale, curl the knees into the chest. Allow yourself to rock from side to side, front and back. And then one more time, we lengthen out on an inhale, arms come back overhead, make the body a little bit taller, reach. And exhale, curl the knees back into the chest. Begin to rock yourself up slowly to a seated position, taking a couple of times. And come up into your seated position, sitting up nice and tall. Take a moment to roll the shoulders down and back, get them away from the ears. And we'll go ahead and come over into our tabletop position. Knees come directly underneath the hips. Wrists are under shoulders. We have a nice long spine all the way from the crown of the head to the sacrum. And going through a few cat-cows here. As we inhale, we lift the head and chest, drop the belly. Exhale, rounding chin to chest, gaze at the navel as we pull the belly in. Inhale, lifts the head. And exhale, rounds through the spine. Do this a few more times, linking your breath to your movement. Movement should always follow breath in yoga. Your next inhale, come back to neutral. And on an exhale, come back into child's pose. Big toes can come together, knees out wide. Allow the forehead to come down to the mat. If at any point in time, for any reason during the practice, you need to rest, you can always come down and take child's pose or any other resting pose of your choice. Reset the mind, reset the body, and come back into the practice whenever you are ready. And take a couple more breaths here. Next inhale, come back into your tabletop position. Bringing the knees back underneath the hips. Press firmly into the fingertips, into the knuckles. Curl the toes under, and on an exhale, come into your first downward dog. You can pedal out the feet, warming up the calf muscles. Nice long spine. And on an inhale, we'll begin to walk the feet up towards the hands, coming into our forward fold. Allow the head to really hang heavy. Top of the head comes towards the mat. Knees can still be bent here. Allow the head to hang heavy. You can sway or find stillness. Noticing what the body needs today and giving it that. And on your next inhale, we'll slowly begin to rise one vertebrae at a time. Lower belly pulls in. The head is the last to lift. Again, roll the shoulders down and back, away from the ears. Take a moment coming into your Tadasana pose. Feeling grounded into all four corners of the feet. Spread the toes nice and wide. Spine is long. Belly is lifted. And just feel yourself grounded here. The stability, the support of the earth beneath you. Settle back into the breath. And we'll begin with a few sun salutations. So we'll come back to the top of our mat. Feet are hip width apart, starting in our Tadasana pose, beginning with sun salutation A. Inhale, arms overhead, gaze towards the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold, lead with the heart. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands down, step it back, chaturanga. Feel free to drop the knees if you want or need to. If you find that elbows flaring out, drop the knees. Exhale, curl the toes under, downward dog. Breathe. If you still want movement in the legs here, pedaling the feet, if that feels good for you, you can still do that. Pull the lower belly in, gazes towards the navel. Next, inhale, step or jump it forward to the top of your mat. Many steps, one big step, however you want to get there. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale, rise, arms overhead, gaze towards the thumbs. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're going to do that again, but we're going to add on some stuff. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, flat back. Exhale, step it back, chaturanga. Again, drop those knees to keep the elbows pulled in, shoulders back. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Breathe. Inhale that right leg high. And let's exhale, step it through. Drop the left knee down, uncurl the toes. Hands can come to the thigh, if that feels good. So we want to drop that left hip towards the mat as much as we can, really stretch through that hip flexor there. And on an exhale, we'll plant the hands down. We're going to straighten that right leg. Straighten the right leg, flex the toe. We're coming into a half split here. Working a little bit more into the hamstrings. Although I always feel this more in my calves personally. I think my hamstrings are nice and loosened. And on your inhale, walk the hands back. Bending into that right knee again. Curl the back toes under, lift the knee. Step it back and downward dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Drop the right knee. Uncurl the toes. Hands can come to the thigh. Dropping that right hip towards the mat, but still lengthening through the spine. Just a couple of breaths here. On an exhale, plant the hands down, straighten that left leg, flex the toes, coming into that half split. And you can fold over that front leg. Just notice where you're feeling the stretch this morning. And on your next inhale, walking the hands forward again, bending into that left leg. Plant the hands, curl the back toes under, step it back, downward dog. Just a couple of breaths here. And on your next inhale, step or jump it forward to the top of your mat, half lift. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale, rise, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we feeling warm, ladies? Ready to move on, add some stuff? How about everybody else out there? Ready? All right, inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back, chaturanga. Inhale, lifts you up, upward dog, shoulders back. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale that right leg high. Exhale, step it through. You're in your crescent lunge. Inhale those arms overhead. Feel free to drop the back knee if you want to. But again, we have a nice long spine. Chest is lifted, shoulders are open. Maybe a little bit of a back bend here, lifting the heart towards the ceiling. On an exhale, sweep the arms back, shift the torso forward. Inhale, rise, arms overhead. Exhale, shift back. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, arms come back. Inhale, rise. Pause. Nice strong legs. Breathe. And exhale, plant the hands down. Step that right foot back. And chaturanga. Or if you're done with chaturangas, skip them. You don't have to. So we flow from chaturanga to upward dog to downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Lunge position. Inhale those arms overhead. Allow those shoulders to sink back down into their pockets. And on an exhale, arms swing back, torso shifts forward. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swing back. Again, follow your breath and exhale. Inhale, arms rise. Pause, hold. Notice. Ooh. And exhale, plant the hands down, step that left foot back. Flow through from chaturanga. Lift it up, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. So if you're like me and you've been struggling with neck and shoulder issues, dropping those knees can be really helpful. We don't want to create an injury or make one worse. Inhale, step or jump it forward to the top of your mat. Half lift. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale, rise, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back. Chaturanga, or straight to downward dog. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale that right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Coming into warrior two, so ground that back heel. Open the arms up. Hips open. And we sink into that front leg.
Sorry.
Yeah, y'all can be forward, I'll be backwards. All right. So the goal, eventually, maybe, is to get that thigh parallel to the mat. So we sink deeper than we think we should. All right. Inhale, arms overhead, two straight legs. Exhale, sink it down. Warrior B. Inhale, arms overhead, 2 straight legs. Exhale, warrior V. Again, inhale. Exhale. And pause. Strength. Breath. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. And on an exhale, windmill those arms down. Come to the ball of the back foot. Step the right foot back to meet the left. Chaturanga. Or straight to downward dog. Exhale. Breathe. All right, inhale that left leg high. Exhale, step it through. Ground the back heel. Open the arms up.
Sorry.
It's fun getting the hang of this recording thing, right? We're all a little new to this. We'll figure it out. All right, sink into that front leg. Continue to breathe. And inhale, arms overhead, 2 straight legs. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale. And exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Maybe you can sink a little deeper into that leg. Shift the torso back so it's directly over the hips. And exhale, windmill the hands down. Step that left foot back. Flow through to chaturanga or downward dog. Maybe you're done. Or maybe you didn't like chaturangas to start with. Who likes chaturangas?
I do.
Woo-hoo! Yeah. Breathe. All right, next inhale, step or jump it forward to the top of your mat. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale, rise, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. All right. How are we feeling about balance today? Everybody like balance poses?
We'll find out.
All right. Let's add some balance poses. Inhale his arms overhead, gaze towards the thumbs. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it back. Chaturanga. Do it again. Make woohoo noises as you do it if you like it. Downward dog. Breathe. Gaze towards that navel. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step it through. You're in that lunge position. Inhale the arms overhead. Crescent. Sink into those legs. All right, exhale the hands to heart center. All right, inhale, shift the torso forward. We're gonna lift off that back foot to come into warrior 3. So maybe take a few steps up, or maybe you just lift off. Woo, how's balance this morning?
Okay.
Flex the toes towards the knee. Now the fun part is to try and drop that left hip because it wants to roll open when we do this. Maybe the arms can come out in front, to side. Maybe you're like, I wasn't ready for this morning. All right, now we're gonna see if we can stick the landing. Clearly I'm not this morning. All right, step it back, long lunge, and inhale those arms overhead. Woo. Exhale, plant the hands down, step that right foot back, chaturanga. Exhale, downward dog. Always use what you have. You notice Laura used the wall. That can be really helpful if you're struggling with balance today. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it through. All right, use your core. Inhale, rise. Woo. Breathe. All right, we exhale those hands to heart center. Inhale, shift the torso forward and begin to lift off that back leg. Maybe this side is easier, maybe not. Whew. Notice if that right hip pops up. Give yourself a few breaths. Find your drishti, your focal point, where you can rest your gaze. All right, see if you can stick the landing. Long step back into a lunge. And arms come overhead. Sink into it. Exhale, plant the hands down. Step that left foot back. Flow through chaturanga. Upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Couple breaths here. And on an exhale, release the knees to child's pose. So come back to those first four awarenesses that we talked about in the beginning. So notice any changes in your breath. And the physical sensations of the body. And your thoughts. And then your emotions. What shifts do you notice? And as you inhale, you can begin to walk the hands back towards the hips. You can come up into a seated position. Now we can begin some cool down, and I need it. Anybody else really warm in here? All right, let's take the legs out in front. Nice long spine. And we'll take that left leg and bend it in, bringing the sole of the left foot in towards the inner right thigh. Shift the torso so it's aligned over that straight leg. Inhale the arms overhead, lift and lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips and come as far forward as you can over that straight leg. And then allow yourself to start coming down. Hands don't have to touch your toes. It's okay. Just allow your body to be wherever it is and notice that. Continue to breathe. Notice how the breath feels when the body's a little more constricted here in the belly. And on your next inhale, begin to walk the hands back towards the feet, towards the hips. Come up, sit up nice and tall. Take both legs out long. Shake it out a little bit maybe if that feels good. Same thing on the other side. Bring the sole of the right foot in towards that left leg. Left leg is strong and active, so flex the toes back towards the knees. Inhale, arms up high, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, hinge from the hips, forward fold. Let the body land, let the hands land wherever they come. Allow the shoulders to relax. The key to a good stretch is time and surrender. Just allow the body to open up. And on your next inhale, begin to walk the hands back towards the hips. Sit up nice and tall. Legs come out, shake them out a little bit. And then we'll bring soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to come out to the sides. The feet can be as close in or as far away from the body as you want. That'll change the dynamics of the stretch, so you can play with it and see what feels good for you today. So grabbing a hold of the ankles gently. Inhale, lift through the chest. And exhale again, hinging from the hips. We come down, forward fold over those feet. Maybe allow your neck to roll from side to side. Noticing if you've accumulated any tension. And then on your next inhale again, slowly rise. Allow the legs to come out in front. Shake them out a little bit. All right, and we're going to come to lay all the way down onto our mats. So bring the feet out in front. Yep, come down however you want. If you want to, you can take that full body stretch again. Bring the hands overhead, really lengthening through the body. Exhale, curl the knees into the chest. Rock from side to side. If you want to, you can come into happy baby here, reaching for the outsides of the feet, the soles of the feet. Bringing the knees up under the arms. Maybe a little rocking. So rocking is good for the nervous system. It helps to relax the nervous system. It's why babies love it so much. And if you've been in my class before, you know my one rule for happy baby. What's the rule?
I don't know.
Lori,
What's the two of your classes?
smile.
Oh, smile.
You have to smile in happy baby. You can be miserable in warrior, but you have to smile in happy baby. All right, hug those knees in towards the chest. Inhale, take the arms out to the side to a T, shoulder height. And as you exhale, release the knees over to that right side, coming into a reclined twist. Gaze over that left palm only if it's comfortable for the neck. And breathe. Noticing how the breath continues to slow down. Maybe allow your exhales to become a little bit longer than your inhales. And on your next inhale, bring the knees back towards center, head comes back towards center, realign the spine. And on your next exhale, bring the knees over to that left side. Gazing over the right palm, only if it's appropriate for the neck today. Twists are also really good for balancing the nervous system, so it's a great way to end a class. On your next inhale, coming back to center. Hug the knees in towards the chest one more time. Give yourself a little rock if that feels good. Getting ready to come into Shavasana, our final resting pose. So we allow the legs to come out long. Roll the shoulder blades down and back. Palms up. The arms just a few inches away from the body. Let the feet splay out to the sides. Come back to your breath. Letting it become even more slow and steady. Releasing any tension the body may still be holding on to. Feeling yourself sink deeply into the earth beneath you. Knowing that you are cradled and supported here. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes, rolling out wrists and ankles, bringing small movement back to the body. If it feels good for you on an inhale, you can take that full body stretch one last time, bringing the arms overhead. Exhale, hugging the knees in towards the chest, giving yourself a final rock before coming to lay on your side. Pausing there for a couple more breaths. And gently bringing yourself up into a seated position. I want to thank you all so much for joining us today. It is always my deepest honor to be a part of your journey. We'll close today with one round of Om, so take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, side out the mouth. And inhale to prepare. Go in peace, Sat Nam.
Bye-bye. Cocktail hour, everyone.
Do it.
I said, bye, everyone. Jackie said cocktail hour. I like that better.
Is it always